Hello. This is Danny Spires with Your Best Boss Take 5. So glad to see you here. Thanks for joining me on this one. So, little story to tell you. So, imagine, if you will, your direct report comes in. One of your direct report comes into your office, and you're reviewing their strategic plan, their work plan, their objectives, their quarterly objectives. And you're going through it and you say, okay, yes, when you do this, we'll check that off, and it moves us forward towards our vision and our mission and all those wonderful things that a good strategic plan or a good work plan does. And you say, so great, awesome, sign here, you agree to these. And they turn to walk away, and you say, well, wait a minute. I've got one more question for you. What is it that you promise? Direct report looks at you and says, what do you mean, what do I promise? Well, you signed off on your objectives. We signed off on your work plan. Awesome, wonderful. But what can you say to me that you promise, that you commit to 100%? Not that you intend to, not that it's an objective, not that it's part of the work plan, but even beyond that. Can we have that conversation? And the person says, well, I wasn't ready to have this conversation yet. And you say, that's fine, but I want us to think about this. I want us to think about what you can promise to me that above and beyond anything else, I know you will do. You see, the conversation that we have about promises, I mean, you can just feel it in the word. It's highly personal. It's intensely personal. It really pulls out what's different from what we commit to, what we sign off on, what we say we will do, and instead turns it into something deeply personal. I want you to think about how you might use this with your direct reports in a conversation that you might have with them, but also think about it for yourself. What is it that you promise? What is it that you commit isn't even the right word. Commit to isn't even the right word, but what is it that you promise? So I'm going to give you some suggestions, and these are actually taken from, it's a business development program that I'm in where we make promises, we make commitments. It's called the Miracy program, and it's not something you'd be interested in because unless you're running your own business, in which case you might be, but for those of you that are internal in an organization, probably not that interesting. However, this idea of promise, not coming from Miracy, coming from other folks, is so powerful, so powerful. So in this program I'm in, we commit to a few things. I want you to see which ones of these might resonate for you or that you might suggest to your folks. The first one is, I commit to being flexible. I promise to be flexible. And then back to our story, let's say that you get your person, or your person says, yes, I promise to be flexible. Then ask, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does flexibility mean? To have some real clear understanding of what flexibility means. Another promise that might resonate for you is, I promise to always take consistent, imperfect action. Another one is, I promise to have an attitude of stick-to-itiveness, of cooperation, of community, whatever it is that works for you. I promise to have the mindset of profit. I promise to have the mindset of experimentation. I promise to prioritize my team, my staff, my work plan above all else, whatever that thing is. The important thing is to find that thing that deeply resonates for you, that you can promise. So when you can get a promise from your direct reports, ideally it's something you're writing down and everybody agrees to, but we don't want to give it that same gravitas that has with a work plan. Instead, we want to say, hey, I want you to be successful. I need you to be successful. What is it that you can promise to me right now that I can hold you to, that I can hold you accountable to? You'll be really surprised what that conversation can elicit, right? Somebody says, I promise to do the best job that I can. Well, what does that mean? Tell me a little bit more. So you see, even just the process of the conversation itself elicits and brings forward some qualities, some things that don't come naturally in our traditional work plan process and our traditional work plan process. So I'll leave you with that. What is it that you promise to, and what is it that you can ask your direct reports to promise? All right, this is Danny Swios with your Best Boss Take 5. Hope that was helpful. Give me a call if you want to chat about any of this. Would love to talk to you. Here's to you being a best boss. See you next time. Bye now.